Right, we were talking moments ago about all of these headlines that have to do with racism in our country. From these left-wing supporters pouring into the streets, talking about a year ago what happened with the neo-Nazis, right-wing radicals, talking about Omarosa Newman's book, talking about the president being odd at times and possible racism there as well. Well, look, I am a supporter of putting people back to work, and I believe that it's a crucial step in the right direction to help racism in this country. We baby boomers, if you remember growing up in the 60s and 70s, when the mills were flourishing and people had money in their pockets, communities were thriving. There was actually a Main Street America from Detroit, Michigan, the United Auto Workers to the United Steel Workers across this great country. People worked together. And yeah, there were some places in the country that weren't very favorable as far as what was happening with racism, especially in the Deep South. It was very sad and tragic what was happening to people of color in that part of the world. But for the most part, whether it was going to church on Sunday or whether you were going, shopping in downtown America, USA, blacks and whites and others actually lived together, worshiped together, and worked together. But more importantly, communities were healthy because they had money coming into those communities and people were able to live a quality life. And that makes life a whole lot better. And if you think about some of the more tragic times in our country's history, when racism reared its ugly face, when drug addiction became an epidemic, a lot of it started in the 80s when the manufacturing base started to fade away. So I'm going to ask you today to set aside everything and to focus on why the economy and jobs are important to heal racism in the country that we call home. And more importantly, find a way to bring people of all races and all nationalities back together again for that greater good that I talk about. 866-391-1020, Dollar Bank Instant Access, KDKRadio.com, and you can text me on the Red Automotive line, the best deal in town. Good morning, Rob Pratte Sunday, 5 a.m., KDKA Radio.